Big Bad John. This mine train coaster is easily the most popular coaster at Magic Springs due to its nice forces and appeal to families. But does that make it a good mine train? Find out in this review. This is an aero mine train that originally opened at Six Flags St. Louis as the second track of River King Mine Train. It then spent time at Dollywood as their mine train coaster before being relocated to Magic Springs in 2002. Aero mine trains were the original mine train coasters, with the first opening at Six Flags Over Texas in 1966. Although only 16 have been built, most all are at prominent parks in the United States, so they feel a lot more numerous than they actually are. Magic Springs itself is a neat family amusement park and water park in Hot Springs, Arkansas. This park is relatively isolated from other major parks, but it is on the way if one is driving from Texas to parks further on in Missouri or onwards to Ohio. The park itself has a few thrill rides, 4 roller coasters, and a collection of kiddie and family rides. With a location on a hill and around a lake, the park looks really nice. Though with confusing paths and some ride closures, the amusement side does feel like there was not a cohesive plan when it comes to theming and overall appearance. As for operations at this park, they can be slow, especially with one-train operations on all the roller coasters. And since each ride operator has to verbally explain the ride rules and regulations, which is a bit strange, but kind of a neat quirk of the park once you get used to it. With light crowds, this really only proved problematic here on Big Bad John, as this coaster was more popular with families, and the operators just cannot check their restraints super quickly. With a lap bar restraint shared across each train, these should be some of the quickest restraints to check out there, like on Runaway Mine Train at Six Flags Over Texas. But there is also a redundant seatbelt that needs to be secured, which significantly slows dispatch times, especially if any seats are empty. This also has a long physical queue line, so it isn't actually possible to run around and get on the next train, as they will not hold the air gates for people in line, even though this is easy to do with Magic Springs' other 3 roller coasters. All this just makes it more difficult to wait for this coaster and ride it multiple times. As for seat placement, this coaster seemed to be seat dependent, as each row gave a different feel. With the long lines, I did not get to try riding in every position, but I did feel the back of a car gave a slightly better ride, as you got a bit more pop on the various drops. Sitting towards the back of the train made the laterals less, but did give a bit more on that final drop. I prefer the laterals and the overall experience, so I'd probably suggest sitting towards the front if you can. After putting your stuff up and departing the station, there's a small pre-lift section followed by the first or third lift hills. Then starts the various turns and drops of this coaster. The first turn is taken a bit slowly, but there are still faint laterals, and the first drop, like most, has a decent enough pop despite being relatively small. This leads into another turn and another drop before going more out into the woods. You then lean into a helix, where you will get a bit more laterals on the right side of the train, but it should be fairly decent throughout the train, before leading you into the second lift hill. This section starts with a turn before a straightaway that leads into a large helix going down. The laterals here didn't seem as strong as the first section, but they were still decent. Then the third lift hill leads into a drop finale. This is a shallow but slightly long drop, for this type of coaster at least, off of the lift hill. Then you have a small turn left with no laterals before a large drop into a tunnel. This drop gives a decent drop moment for a mine train, but it's really not excellent. You can get a pop of airtime up into the brake runs towards the front as well, which is just a nice overall plus. overall, how good is Big Bad John? This is a quality family mine train with a nice setting in the woods and a mixture of laterals and small drops. The slow dispatches are a bit unfortunate and shouldn't be an issue for families who only want to ride once or maybe twice. I placed Big Bad John right above Iron Dragon that I rode at the State Fair of Texas. With a few decent drops and laterals throughout, it really is a similar style ride of Big Bad John, but doesn't have that beautiful setting in the woods. I rank Big Bad John right below the other Big Bad coaster in the Big Bad Wolf, the Wolf's Revenge. That new B&M family coaster offers mild drops and turns while having really nice theming. The forces on it though left me pretty underwhelmed, as at best it is mild floater airtime throughout the various drops. Still, the inverted position and theming give it a solid edge over Big Bad John, even if Big Bad John has better individual coaster elements. Which classic mine trains are your favorite? Do you see why this is the most popular coaster at this Arkansas theme park? Let me know, and as always, Quacken.